New Mexico has been a pioneer in an environmental program called the Western Climate Initiative. Its role is to implement policies to tackle climate change at a regional level. Sandra Ely from the New Mexico Environment Department explains the initiative's mission.
The Western Climate Initiative is a collaborative of 7 U.S. states and 4 Canadian provinces that have been working together since 2007 to identify, evaluate, and implement policies to address climate change, reduce greenhouse gases, and spur the clean energy economy. New Mexico was one of the founding members. Governor Richardson signed a memorandum of understanding with 5 other states, and since that time, we have grown to 11 partners.
Recently in California, there's been a lot of opposition to a cap-and-trade program in that state. Opponents claim that the initiative will increase energy costs. Ely disagrees.
A cap-and-trade system is what we think is the most cost-effective way to get the needed greenhouse gas emission reductions. And the reason it's most cost-effective is industry has options on how to get those reductions. They can reduce them at the plant, or they can buy reductions elsewhere where they're cheaper. This program, or this type of program, has been in effect since the Bush Sr. administration when acid rain came along, and it was the most effective way to get the reductions to address that problem. It's true, it's controversial. Industry does not want to be regulated. Some industries don't believe that greenhouse gas emissions are a problem and that they should have to pay for those emissions, and we think otherwise. We've had a lot of opposition from all the fossil fuel industries in the state, all the utilities, all the oil and gas companies, and those are who would be affected by this rule. We think New Mexico is moving forward with our other partners in the Western Climate Initiative to develop a regional greenhouse gas cap-and-trade program. We'd be part of a program with many other participants. But in New Mexico, we think there would be about 60, 70 sources that are large enough to come into the program. It wouldn't affect everybody who combust fossil fuels, but would affect just the very largest sources, and we think that's about 60 sources in the state. And those sources, primarily utilities and oil and gas, have come out in great opposition to our rules.
There's a lot of disagreement about whether these initiatives are good for the economy. Opponents say this could cause industries to move out of the state. The Environment Department says that the policies will result in cost savings to the regional economy and that the cap-and-trade program will help foster innovation, investment, and job creation in the green economy.
I think there's a lot of unfounded rhetoric regarding the economic impacts of this rule, both at the regional level and at the state level. We've conducted a macroeconomic analysis that shows that we can reduce emissions in the state, spur the clean energy economy, that have a growing economy, and have modest cost savings in the state of New Mexico. So when I hear that opposition, I'd really like to see the foundation of their analysis and where their analysis is coming from. Our analysis for New Mexico is consistent with other analyses around the country and analyses that have been done at the federal level as well. So what we're showing is that overall, this will be actually good for the New Mexico economy to adopt this proposal.
Ely encourages people to get involved with the initiative. Rulings are open to the public where public comment is allowed.
New Mexico is going forward with rulemaking to be part of this regional program, and I encourage the public to participate in that process. The hearing is scheduled in front of the Environmental Improvement Board starting September 20th. It'll be out at the new Para building, the one out by the freeway, on that date, and it'll go for maybe 10 days, and we just encourage the public to get involved.
Sandra Ely, Energy and Environment Coordinator at the New Mexico Environment Department. More information on the Western Climate Initiative can be found on their website, westernclimateinitiative.org. I'm Rachel Kennedy for KSFR News.